Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Friday night. I'm Jay Cohn.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. Tonight, new and disturbing details surrounding Tuesday's standoff in downtown Billings.
Court documents released today indicate the 60-year-old suspect invited two probation and parole officers into his house and soon after pulled out a semi-automatic handgun and started shooting.
A lot happened in just a little time before the 2-hour standoff ensued, drawing in city, county, state, and federal authorities.
The suspect, Michael Jeffrey Anderson, appeared in Billings Justice Court this afternoon. He's now charged with 2 counts of attempted deliberate homicide. Both those charges include a weapons enhancement.
Now, court documents also tell us the names of the 2 officers caught in that gunfire.
And that's where Q2's Zoe Zandora picks up the story tonight. Zoe.
That's right, Jay and Jeanelle. Alan Kitterman and Derek Skinner of the Montana Department of Corrections Probation and Parole Division were unexpectedly forced to exchange gunfire after bullets started flying. Kitterman and Skinner arrived at 1611 2nd Avenue North just before 4:30 Tuesday to administer a random drug test and home check on Anderson. As the officers entered the home from the front door, Anderson had come in from the back and was sitting in a chair in the living room. Officer Kitterman then noticed a pellet gun leaning against the wall. Anderson is not allowed to possess any type of firearm while on probation and began to argue with Kitterman. Officer Skinner, meanwhile, walked into the defendant's bedroom to continue the search and found a Bushmaster AR-15 rifle lying on the bed that was fully loaded. He then removed the fully loaded magazine, and in the meantime, the defendant got up and walked into a small room near the kitchen and began rummaging through some clothes, saying he had something to show them. Moments later, Kitterman asked Anderson to show his hands, and again Anderson repeated, "I have something to show you." That's when Anderson allegedly pulled out a semi-automatic handgun and started shooting. As the officers fired back and retreated, the suspect was wounded. Multiple agencies responded and the standoff ensued until authorities removed the front door and found Anderson lying inside. Anderson was hospitalized and is now in the Yellowstone County Jail. If convicted, Anderson could face up to life in prison, possible fines, and an extra 10 years for the use of a weapon. Jay and Jeanelle.
All right, thanks, Zoe.
Well, after a whirlwind couple of days, Billings School District 2's new superintendent says he's excited and ready to tackle his new job.
Helena, Assistant Superintendent Greg Upham accepted the job Thursday after the district's first choice declined the day before. Now, Upham told us today he didn't have to think long about taking the job. He says he's impressed with Billings schools and wants to continue the work that retiring Superintendent Terry Bauch started.
Among those, enhanced security safety measures across the district. Upham says there is a fine balance between ensuring safety, but also not creating unnecessary fear.
That you build a safe, welcoming environment through relationships where students feel safe to come forward and say anything that's bothering them and or parents. And that's the most effective Safe Schools initiative that you can have. So I'm very comfortable with the work that Superintendent Bauch has done. And I actually met with him yesterday before I left Billings, and that was one of the major topics about what Billings was doing moving forward. So I'm
coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear much more from Greg Upham, who will expand on his goals and plans for School District 2.
Tensions over trade are rising among Montana's farmers and ranchers. Recently, we learned one of the world's largest oilseed producers is no longer buying from the United States. And as part of a trade dispute, China has stopped buying all U.S. supplies, including soybeans. Now, this comes in retaliation after President Trump imposed tariffs on China. While we were with Senator John Tester yesterday in Big Sandy, he told MTN growing trade issues with China are a huge concern. Representative Greg Gianforte also weighing in. He says foreign markets are incredibly important to Montana producers, but he thinks the U.S. could end up in a better situation after this.
We're in the middle of a very public negotiation. For the first time, we have a president who's standing up for Montana's interests. I think we're going to get a better trade deal out of this, but we need to enforce fair trade with China. That's what's going on right now.
You cannot get into a trade war. It just is not going to work short term or long term. And in the end, the people who suffer are the people on the land. And I've said, and this is a fact, there are two things that set this country apart from all other countries. There's two things that made this thing great. Public education, foundation of our democracy. Family farm agriculture, we have fed the world. Montana's an export state. If we don't have those export markets, we're in trouble.
Congressman Greg Gianforte also spoke with members of the Montana Building Industry Association during a roundtable discussion. They discussed banking reform, flood insurance programs, taxes, and workforce development.
2 women injured this morning in a crash out on Broadwater Avenue here in Billings. The accident at 26th Street West in Broadwater happened around 7:40 a.m. One of the drivers was attempting to turn north on the 26th and was hit broadside by another vehicle. The force of the crash left the 29-year-old female driver with serious injuries. She had to be extricated from her Toyota Camry and was taken by ambulance to a local hospital. The driver of the other vehicle, a Ford Edge, a 70-year-old female, suffered minor injuries in the crash. Police Sergeant Scott Conrad says it appears the driver of the Camry's view was blocked by a large truck that was pulling a work trailer. The driver did not see the oncoming Ford Edge.
Severe weather season is right around the corner, and while we all worry about damage to our vehicles and property, protecting yourself is most important.
Now, late May through July, of course, is when we typically see strong thunderstorms that often produce large hail and damaging winds. And depending on the size of the hail, some storms can cause injuries and hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage to agriculture, vehicles, and roofing.
Montana experts say it's important for your own safety to be aware before a storm approaches.
Pay attention to weather alerts and warnings when they come out and watches, but it's also challenging to pinpoint exactly who will or won't be affected by them. And you know, they're probably in your best interest to assume that you could be affected by them and try and limit your exposure to that.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on all of your weather in our area, download the free Q2 weather app.
The Boy Scouts of America announced a name change this week as it moves toward allowing girls into the program.
Q2's David Jay joins us with more on what this means for our local troops. David.
Jeanelle, Jay, the new name of the organization will be Scouts BSA. The biggest change is that the girls will be allowed to join their own troops separate from the boys and earn all the awards, including Eagle Scout. The change came to allow families to have boys and girls in the same organization. Currently, the venturing and exploring programs are co-ed and are for older children. The Cub Scouts will also soon be co-ed. This decision to form girls' troops will be up to the organizations that sponsor the Boy Scout programs, according to Don Bean of the Boy Scouts Montana Council in Great Falls.
Some have across the board said, no, we're going to stay with boys. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is our largest sponsoring organization, has decided that. But I would say the majority of the others have decided to go with boy troops and girl troops. It's not a co-ed program. It's a troop of boys and a troop of girls, but the girls, they'll have the same program requirements to advance and to get badges.
The Cub Scouts will start accepting girls in the fall. The name change will take effect in February of 2019 when girls can start joining Scouts BSA. Jeanelle, Jay?
All right, thanks, David.
The annual Day of Donations Yellowstone Valley Gives wrapped up today, and a Bridger Carpenter tells us the event helped him break his personal fundraising goal.
We're checking in now with Rich Holstein, who says he was able to surpass his lifetime donation goal of donating $400,000 to charity. Holstein's been raising money for years, selling his handmade picture frames built with wood from Yellowstone Park's historic Old Faithful Inn. Now, heading into Yellowstone Valley Gives this weekend, Holstein was only $5,000 short of his goal. Now he tells us he's reached $400,750 for charity.
An emotional moment for Holstein, who has devoted much of his life to giving back. He tells us his daughter will now carry on this family value with the sale of a table she built for Fromberg 4-H.
Still ahead on tonight's 5:30 News, a Montana horse makes his run for the roses tomorrow. Coming up, we'll meet this Big Sky treasure hoping to hit it big at Churchill Downs.
And later in sports tonight, Bozeman Will Disley chats with us about being drafted by the Seattle Seahawks.
And coming up in weather, well, the temperatures are going up. Some spotty rain showers are starting to come down, and some ash is starting to come down on the Big Island of Hawaii. We'll have more about that coming up in a few more minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn. and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.